Looking for a TV can be a complicated process these days. When you're at your store looking at the wall of TVs, you can be bombarded with different specs like contrast ratio and what's best, but what really is best? Is it a plasma TV, an LED, an LCD, or a 3D TV? I'm Jessica with Top 10 Reviews, and I'm here to take you through all those different choices. With so many options available, it's hard to know what to believe and what's just marketing fluff. It's a common practice to tweak the conditions of specs to make TVs look better. But there are two specs manufacturers cannot skew: resolution and refresh rate. The higher the resolution, the better your image will be. I wouldn't get a TV that has a resolution smaller than the typical HD resolutions of 720 and 1080p. Refresh rate is measured in hertz. That's how many frames per second your TV will refresh itself. Now that we've gone through all the specs, let's dive right into LCD TVs. They offer the brightest viewing experience. This has to do with the way the LCD TVs create their image. Basically, pixels create the color, and a light behind the liquid crystals makes them visible. LCDs are the best choice if you plan on having it in a well-lit room with a lot of daylight. And because the front pane of the TV is plastic, glare is almost non-existent, and it makes LCD more durable. If you have kids flying Wii remotes around, you know what I mean. However, LCD's image quality can suffer, and that's because the TVs have one large backlight serving up an image. Color quality is less consistent than on a plasma TV, and true blacks are almost impossible to get. But that's where LED TVs come in handy. LED TVs are based on the same type of technology as LCDs, with diodes that are lit by backlights. But the main difference is the kind of backlight it uses. The significant jump in quality comes from the use of local backlit displays. They have grids of light set behind the screen, so image quality of the darker portions of the screen isn't compromised just because there is a high level of contrast in a particular scene. LED TVs are thin and sexy. They have the same pros as LCD TVs, but also struggle to keep the color consistent, and that's where plasma TVs really shine. Plasma TVs are created using highly compressed gases, with each pixel lighting individually. There is no backlight. Colors are accurate and vibrant. Not to mention refresh rates are the highest available, up to 600 Hz, while LCDs typically peak around 240 Hz. So as long as your room doesn't have large windows, plasma is where it's at, and image quality is the best you can get. Now what about 3D TVs? What is it? Does it matter? Is the cost worth it? The short answer, it's really all up to you. The 3D images are generated by creating two different images for each of your eyes. That's why 3D TVs excel in certain areas like refresh rates. A 3D TV will be the best TV you can buy, but they do come with a higher price tag. Even if you actually never watch any 3D content, the image quality will still be better on a 3D TV than most TVs on the market. Think of it as you're buying a 2D TV with 3D capabilities instead of a 3D TV. Ultimately, one of the best indicators is your own eye. I recommend going to your local store and looking at a bunch of TVs on display. Look at it from multiple angles, and you'll be able to see the one with the best image quality for you. I'm Jessica with Top 10 Reviews, where we do the research so you don't have to.